Hello, I'm Super Orange Cat here today covering Toonami's ratings from this past Saturday, August 20th, 2022. Let's start at the top of the block. At the top of the block, we have Primal at a .11, Lupin the Third Part 6 at a .06, Yashahime at a .07, One Piece at a .06, followed by another episode at a .06, Naruto Shippuden at a .06, Blade Runner Black Lotus at a .05, and Made in Abyss finishes off at .05 as well. This week, when I looked at the ratings, one thing stuck out. Usually it'd be like, well, what did the first show on the block Primal did? Primal did the same it did last week, .11, and it feels like it's going to just stay at .11, which, I mean, it's probably doing better than any other show we could put in would do right there. But here's the thing. Loop on the Third Part 6 got a .06. Yashahime did a little better on that. You expect that Yashahime is right in front, and they keep listing Yashahime as the third show when it's the second show on the block ahead of Loop on the Third. But here's the thing. Loop on the Third, when you look in the actual numbers, like the 10,000s, 100,000s numbers of the ratings, it got built on by not only both episodes of One Piece, but also the episode of Naruto Shippuden, which, at this point, Naruto Shippuden, I think, has been on the block for over 300 episodes. I feel like at least 50 of them, it built on a show, at least one of the shows in front of it. And that's just impressive. But again, Naruto is always towards the end of the block. But this really just raises, why is Loop on the Third still this early? I mean, go back to Part 5. Part 5, it didn't do so well. It first was actually pretty high in the block. In a couple weeks, it was not doing so well. It immediately got shafted towards the end of the block. It was the last premiere for nearly its entire run. Like, I'll say at least 20 of the 26 weeks of it. Why can't we do the same for this one? I guess you could point out, well, the lineup now is weaker than it was back then. Back then, we had My Hero Academia. We probably had Attack on Titan. We probably had one of the fully goalie sequels of the time, too, airing. But no, right now, it's just Yashahime, which is, when Yashahime is your big acquisition, you're in some hot shit, you know? After that, it's just the shows that are there to fill up space. One Piece, I mean, there's a reason why we're still airing 2 episodes a week of it. It's because airing 2 episodes a week of it is probably ultimately cheaper than airing 1 episode of it and then getting a whole nother license. And Naruto. I mean, Naruto is a good cheap deal we got at the time. Naruto is still going to be here for another like 2.5 years at a minimum at this point. And then at the end, I think we've got the tradition of just having 2 reruns. So Blade Runner Black Lotus re-airing, Made in Abyss re-airing, and that's it. So I guess that's why Loop on the Third, despite having a continuously poor performance on the block, is still as high as it is. Because I think there's still the mindset that although this is the first time these episodes of One Piece or these episodes of Naruto Shippuden have ever actually aired on American television, it's still, well, these have been around streaming. These have definitely been subbed for the longest time, so they're basically reruns. So I think that's their mentality with it. So with their mentality, there's really just 2 premieres here. I mean, Primal is already a rerun of something that aired 2 days prior on Adult Swim proper. So you just have Yashahime and then Loop on the Third Part 6 as what I think Toonami personally considers premieres. Although, if you're being technical, One Piece and Naruto are premieres as well. And that's why we're stuck in this position. I mean, when the next show ends, which I think Loop on the Third Part 6 has to be ending eventually within the next few weeks or so, we'll probably get a new show announcement. Same thing with Primal. And we already do have one new show announcement. October 1st, Housing Complex C is going to be on Toonami, which I'm a little surprised it's as fast a turnaround as we did because we got that announcement this year that we get Housing Complex C. It was, I think, it was the same day. It was that March 17th, 25th, or what is it? Yeah, 25th year announcement. We got the same time we got the announcement of the 2 more Fully Cooley sequels. It's a nice turnaround, little surprise, especially when you look at something like Uzumaki, which in 2019 we got the announcement 2020 coming to Toonami. Did 2020 happen? And for obvious global reasons, that was not going to happen. So okay, 2021, and then 2021, like okay, some issues the animation. 2022, and then a few months ago we had more announcements. Production IG. Look, the animation is really difficult to do. we didn't really estimate this well, 2023. So that got delayed 3, 4 separate times. I mean, from now, it probably, if the original timeline happened, would probably aired almost 2 years ago. Like, premiered, and it still hasn't premiered yet, and it's probably another year at least until we get that. That's just amazing to think about in retrospect. It is the Chinese democracy of Toonami at this stage. And it's for only 4 episodes, too. It's not like a full long run show. It's like a limited run, 4 episode, straight to the manga adaptation of Uzumaki by Junji. And although I have the feeling it's going to be amazing, like, especially an artistic standpoint, it's going to be one of those things like we did wait 3 extra years for 4 weeks of content. And that's the mindset I think a lot of people are going to bring into it, unfortunately. So although it can be an amazing show, and I have full belief in it, I think Production IG has the hearts in the right place with these things. And definitely it looks like they're putting every last effort, every last attention to detail into Uzumaki. It's probably gonna be the type of thing that should win awards. Like, and it's a bit worrisome because I mean, and a lot of it was out of its control. Definitely the first year or so of the delays. But I digress. This is again, or I'm just talking about ratings here, and I'm just rambling about Uzumaki, probably for like the 50th time since it first got announced. But I digress. Basic, the skinny of these past ratings, Primal okay, and then Loop on the third is just kind of dragging everything else down, and probably should be moved later in the block. What do you guys think? Leave your comments, leave your opinions down below. I am the Super Orange Cat, and that is all.